Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about how to generate the formula of the graph of a line. In a minute I'm going to demonstrate that for this yellow and this blue line. This is the procedure for doing it. Before I get into it, I just want to give you some background information more on the why this works the way it does. So what you've learned to do, what you should already know to do, is given the formula of a graph, we've done this, like 3x minus 5. Yeah, this is the formula how to then graph that. You can either plot points, you can use some other technique. In any case, this is something that you should know how to do already. What we're doing now is the opposite. You've got the graph. Can you now generate the formula? And what I want to do first is to convince you that really what you're doing when you're generating this formula is looking for two numbers. Yeah, any linear formula can be expressed as a number in front of an x, yeah, some number multiplied by x, and then what you're adding to it is some other number, ax plus b. So really finding the formula of the graph is finding these two numbers, finding an a and finding a b. And before I get into the procedure, I just want to demonstrate that some more. Right here, this is a little applet where you see a blue line, and I can actually change this a and this b, the number in front of the x, and this extra thing that you're adding to it. So let me just change, for example, the b. Yep. And as you see this slider up here moving to the left and the right, changing the value of b, yeah, you'll also see the formula change. Yeah, so when b is, for example, 1, yeah, it's plus 1 here. And also, of course, the line changes. You see that the place where the line crosses the y-axis is now at 1, which really tells us really what is this link between this number and the graph. Well, this number is the y-intercept. It is the place where the line crosses the y-axis. So really, it tells us the first step of the procedure, namely that how do we find this thing that we add, the plus b? Well, we just look at where the line crosses the y-axis, and that gives you the answer. The a is a bit more complicated. When we change the a, we see that the line, it starts rotating about the y-intercept. So clearly, where b has to do with where the line is vertically, the the a has to do with its orientation, yeah, or it's the gradient. The a is also called the gradient or the slope. So yeah, let's do the same thing. Let's put it at, for example, let's put it at 1. What we see here is, yeah, for every 1 you go to the right, you go 1 up. When you put it at 2, you've got a rise over run. Yeah, the rise is 2, the run is 1. So then also now when you change the b, every possible line, yeah, all of these lines will have a slope or gradient of 2, but the y-intercept has changed. So this kind of gives you background information on why this procedure that I'm about to sketch actually works. All right, so let me start with the yellow line, and I'm just going to follow the procedure, and what you should be able to do is reproduce this procedure and just follow the steps in procedure. So I'll do the yellow line first. The yellow line, yeah, let me just do it in black. The yellow line. The y-intercept b is the place where it crosses the y-axis. So in other words, yeah, the b is equal to 3, isn't it? It crosses right here. Yeah. Now pick two good points to draw a triangle, and then draw the triangle to the right of the line. Now a good point means one that falls right on a grid point. And this is, of course, necessary to be able to read the coordinates of the grid point. So this would not be a good point because you'd be kind of guessing what are the coordinates here. So what's a good point? One that's clearly on. I could say, for example, I will use this point is a good one, and this one is a good one. I could have chosen any two. I'll demonstrate that a bit later. So I've chosen these two good points, and then I draw my triangle to the right of the line. So this is to the right. This is the line. This is to the right. Yeah, this would be a triangle to the left of the line. Yeah, you don't want that. You want the one to the right. After you've drawn that, you kind of draw in how far you go to the right, which in this case is 3, to then in turn go up. Here you want to go right 3, and in that case, no, I don't want that. You have to go up 2. So the gradient, or the A in this case, is then equal to the rise divided by the run. The rise in this case is a +2, and the run is 3. So it's equal to 2/3. And then the last step is really just to write down the formula. It's y is equal to the A, which is 2/3 x, plus the b, which is 3. Now, if you were to graph this line, what would you get? Well, you'd get this yellow line. That's kind of stating the obvious, but good to know. All right, I'll do the same thing for the blue line. The blue line, I'm going to say then the B is, again, the place where it crosses the y-axis. This is the B, so the B is -1. I then draw another triangle, and now I'm going to take this as 1 point, and instead of taking this one, which would be also a good point, I'm gonna just show that it doesn't matter how big your triangle is, because it's about the ratio of the sides. So just to get ahead of myself, this would be the rise 2 or -2 over 3, is really the same thing as -4 over 6, but that's just getting ahead. It's about the ratio. So if I draw this in, I'm going to the right 2, I'm going to the right 6 here on this triangle, and then I'm going down 2, gives me a -4, and this minus here, I'm going down 4, tells me or explains why it's important to do this triangle to the right of the line, because if you do it to the right of the line, then this sign, then this fact that you're going down, it tells you that the slope or the gradient in this case is negative. Another way to see that is that positive slopes will always go from bottom left to top right, whereas negative slopes will always go from top left to bottom right. They always go this way. It's another way to remember that. So the gradient in this case is the rise over the run. I have a negative rise because I'm not going down. I'm going down 4. So you could say that that is a rise of -4 divided by the run 6. And simplify that fraction gives you -2/3, which is of course the same result as having used this smaller triangle, -2/3. So again, what's the formula here? Y is equal to -2/3 x, then minus the 1 plus the b is plus a -1 is the same thing as just -1. Okay, so this has shown you what the steps are for, given the graph of a line, finding the formula. Hope it made sense.